On a chilled November morning, the farmstead stirred with the promise of a new day. Kasimir, grappling with both the physical cold and the chill of haunting memories, approached the stove. The aroma of cooking eggs and coffee wafted through the air, momentarily soothing the emotional frost. November held bittersweet significance for Kasimir, a reminder of wartime losses on brisk mornings like this one. Despite the melancholy that clung to the month, he persisted with his morning routine, finding solace in the familiarity of breakfast and tending to his animal companions. As the livestock on the farm expanded, the yard began to feel crowded. Recognizing the need for a more contained pasture, Kasimir decided to spend the morning building a fence. The rhythmic sound of hammering echoed against the backdrop of November's quiet, a constructive endeavor that served both practical and therapeutic purposes. Contemplating additional sources of income, Kasimir considered supplying eggs to Sophia. With a growing involvement in the market and village affairs, this seemed like a viable opportunity to bolster his finances.
I don't know what Philip uses to feed his hens, and if he gives them anything to eat at all, but the eggs I buy from him for sale are meager. People buy them and complain. They even want to return them sometimes. I could use a new reliable supplier of decent fresh eggs. I have a large order, but I'm afraid that the eggs from Philip are not suitable. Perhaps you could help me, Kasimir?
Keen on staying busy to fend off the ghosts of the past, Kasimir visited Mayor Vladimir in search of odd jobs. The mayor presented a project, building an outhouse for the twins at the sawmill.
Some people are stubborn, others are lazy, some are both. There are times I miss words for our villagers. The sawmill twins and their pals still go into the forest to take a dump. I was told they piss to our stream too. They could dig a latrine easily. But no, what for? I have designated the spot for an outhouse, but I have no one to do the job. Stephen is too expensive and busy all the time. Will you help me?
Kasimir agreed, knowing the mayor's fair compensation and received in advance to acquire necessary supplies. Gathering materials from his farm, Kasimir set to work on the outhouse project, completing it promptly. Returning to the mayor, he collected the agreed-upon reward, additional funds that fueled his optimism about the farm's future. With the money in hand, Kasimir envisioned the next step, acquiring the steering wheel for the tractor. This piece of machinery, though once abandoned and forgotten, represented progress and the promise of a more efficient farm in the coming spring. A visit to Stan at the state agricultural farm provided the sought-after steering wheel. Riding back home on his bike, the encroaching dust cast shadows on dilapidated houses and war remnants, triggering the haunting memories of a past that had stolen so much from Kasimir. Arriving back at the farm, Kasimir, despite the triumphs of the day, couldn't shake the ghosts that lingered. Tending to the animals and securing them in the barn, he called it an early night. As he laid down to rest, the echoes of the past whispered in the shadows, a reminder that healing takes time, and the journey towards recovery is both a struggle and a triumph.